Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to look at the Inhuman Deeds Super Battle Road stage. So the Inhuman Deeds Super Battle Road stage is a pretty interesting one. Obviously there's quite a few different teams you can select. You can go for the True Leads, which is the LR, Nappa and Vegeta unit. They're exceptional for the stage because they have an AoE stun, which is pretty awesome. And of course, they do have a heal. They have the evasion active skill. They bring a crap ton of utility. And with the decent, Saiyan slash Planet Namek Saga Vegetas that have been added into the game recently, they have more pairing partners than ever before. Because a lot of people don't have that LR as a lead, I've decided to build the team around something else. So I thought, let me just build a team around the Wicked Bloodlines team. So this team lets me fit in as many free-to-play units as I can. So on this team we have a 130% transforming Frieza lead. We then also have the free-to-play second form Frieza. We have the free-to-play physical movie bosses Frieza, and we pretty much have the friend sworn enemies lead AGL LR full power Frieza. Now he's going to be carrying the team for the most part due to his tremendous damage and pretty much ridiculous amount of output that he does do. Is essentially going to carry the entire SBR to a certain point. Like, if he's not carrying the entire thing, he's pretty much doing most of the work. And then he obviously will be supported by the Tech Frieza as the second most valuable unit. Obviously the Tech Frieza is link leveled and the physical second form Frieza are link leveled. So, it's very difficult for me to say this is an easy team to use, because even though it is an alternative team, it is somewhat difficult to use on the notion that essentially you do need quite a few intrinsic pieces. You need to have link leveled the Tech Frieza, or at least the second form physical Frieza. I'd probably say you have to at least have link leveled him a bit. You then also need to have the Prime Battle EZA done for the first form Frieza, which is also something that requires quite a lot of work. And then you also need to pretty much, have units like the Int Golden Frieza, the Sworn Enemies Support Frieza. You're going to need all of them so that you can obviously control the fight, have the necessary support, do the necessary damage and things like that. So yeah, it is pretty difficult to say that this is a team alternative that's easy to use. Even though it has some free-to-play units in it, it is still very specifically built to function for this stage. And without the EZA Tech Golden Frieza, Tech Transforming Frieza, it's not actually a viable option for a lot of players to use. We also have the support item here, the support item for the extreme class enemies to improve their damage against super class enemies. The entire stage is against super class enemies, so it's essentially not too big a deal. It's something that very easily we can kind of obviously utilize. It's a very big bonus. Most of the Inhuman Deeds teams are extreme unit based, so you're not really losing anything. There's no alternative build that requires utilization of superclass units, because none of them should fall under the Inhuman Deeds category. There is obviously the weird situation with the Vegeta that exchanges with Goku, but Goku will still fall under the Inhuman Deeds category, so you shouldn't really have too much of an issue. We have this AGL Frieza here. Again, just exceptional. We've got a friend one that does a tremendous amount of damage, has quite a few dupes. I think it's a rainbow one, or it's 90%, something like that. And Frieza is just an exceptional unit, really. You can see him one-shotting the Goten and Trunks unit here. So, yeah, very, very impressive. Obviously, just a huge amount of damage, and that allows us to instantly clear a enemy, and we can obviously push right on. You can see here the transforming Frieza as well. putting in some really big numbers. He's got link levels. You know, the AGL one has a decent amount of dupes, so that does help. If you've got the AGL LR Frieza, you can run this exact team. You can just shift the Tech Frieza into the main rotation, or you can just put the AGL LR unit as the lead. It's not really too much of an issue. And then, yeah, like I said, pretty much this team kind of runs itself. It's not really got too many issues or anything like that. The only real problem is the Strength Frieza in the first slot there. Can tend to take a little bit of damage, especially before he gets his super attack off, because he does greatly lower defense, but he also gains quite a significant amount of defense while he is obviously after firing his super attack. So that is something to be aware of, but again, nothing too crazy. The team itself, not really too many issues. This movie boss's Frieza here can take quite a fair amount of damage without a damage reduction item active, but with an item active he is pretty safe defensively, especially from super attacks. He's relatively quite safe. We'll use the active skill, we'll watch it because it's quite cool, and yeah, we'll get back afterwards. So yeah, we'll use Frieza's active skill there to just finish off the Android 17, and then we can just move straight on to the final battle, which is against the Pride Troopers. Again, not too difficult. You know, we're fighting Casserel, Topo, and Dispo, so nothing crazy. We've got plenty of items left because of how we've handled the previous stages. We'll even just pop 2 items here to be super safe and super secure. In terms of focus, generally speaking, I focused Topo first, and then I focused down the Casserel unit, just because obviously the second form Frieza is our weakest unit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There wasn't too much else that I really focused on in terms of this stage. Once those units eventually were defeated, essentially I basically just, you know, proceeded to eliminate them all one by one. Again, Strength Frieza getting hit before supering, massively bad for his defensive capabilities, but because of the items we used, we were not in massive risk situations. So yeah, not the best situation, of course. It's never great when Frieza gets supered before he supers, but you know, for the most part, pretty decent performance by Frieza. Obviously just barring those times he took damage before actually getting his super off, but good performance by the second form Frieza as well. You know, this round here we took a lot of damage a lot of damage, so very close call there. Obviously the double items active, that is the one you know, negative of this team. We don't necessarily have a very super tanky unit on that rotation, so that is, you know, where we do fall down a little bit, just because we do struggle with that rotation. We don't really have a super defensive unit, but the Golden Frieza can get there after a while. He just takes a little bit of time to essentially get his defense up to a decent level. Of course, this AGL Frieza going to do a fantastic job getting some really good crits, essentially just one-shotting Casserel there, and then we'll also be able to do a very significant amount of damage to Topo. We get the second super attack, which allows us to hit onto this. I mean, AGL Frieza really just essentially one-shot this entire stage, literally. And we'll finish it up with Tech Frieza. So that's the alternative team build. Pretty cool, pretty good build. And yeah, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. How have you found the stage? Did you find it difficult? Did you not find it difficult? And yeah, but as always, if you liked the video, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay safe, take care, and bye.